What's up, guys? It's Jim with AwakenedTCG, and today I have a very special video. I am showing you guys the complete deck list overview and rundown for my purple and yellow Crocodile that I decided to use at the locals this week as picked by you guys in our weekly poll where you can decide what deck we are bringing to locals every week. But this time around, it was purple, yellow, Crocodile. And let me just say, this leader completely surprised me. It performed very well against some very good players. It is actually a amazing leader that I think you could do actually decent in a regional with. I'm going to put that out there. I don't think it's the best. You're obviously better off with red and stuff. But this deck, especially when people are unfamiliar with it, is going to be able to take games 100%. This is actually a really great deck. But anyways, let's just get right into the deck list, guys. First up, we're going to have the searcher of the deck. It is going to be Miss Valentine. Miss Valentine is going to be a 2-drop searcher that searches any Brockworks type, which is about what half of this deck is comprised of. So it's a great searcher. You can play it for free with leader effect, as it does have a trigger of Dawn -1. You can play the card, but obviously with this leader, ramping us a Dawn when we -1 on the opponent's turn, that is going to be free. So this is just a staple for all the Baroque Works engine that we run in this deck. And next up, let's go over the main reason, or the main card we're actually looking for when we play Miss Valentine, and that is our 8-drop Crocodile. Fantastic, fantastic card here. It's going to heal you 1 on play, as well as giving us a fantastic cycle effect on our opponent's attack. This is a must 4-of staple, and it has won me countless games as its ability on defense allows me to use all my Dawn on curve, and then use its ability to get 1 back active when my opponent attacks on their turn for any events that I would be looking to use. And next up, let's just go over the package we have for the rest of the Baroque Works characters. We're going to go over some of the blockers, and it's going to be Mr. 4. Mr. 4, honestly, probably my least favorite card in the deck at the moment. It's actually great when it works and you can play it on curve and it's pretty strong, but I just never end up playing it too often. I usually just end up using it as a 1K counter, but if you need a good blocker, this guy is definitely here for you. Now for the secret spice that I think people are 100% sleeping on. This card was surprisingly fantastic in just about every matchup. It's going to be Mr. 3. We run 3 of them. This Mr. 3 card is fantastic, as after you play it onto the board, if they can't get rid of it, this card is going to be a free 1000 counter every single turn. So against decks like Law and Zoro, who are going to go 5/5/5 at you, this guy basically just says, okay, I'm going to save you a card every single turn because I can just Dawn -1 and give that character -1000. And now you don't have to invest that card. So over the span of like 3 turns of using this guy is going to get you insane amounts of value. Fantastic card that I cannot recommend more. I'm actually probably thinking of changing this to 4 and putting this guy probably down to 2. Anyways, let's go over one of our other best cards in the deck here. We have Miss Old Sunday. She is probably the best card to play on curve going first, or even going second on your 6th Dawn turn. You want to be playing Miss All Sunday on that turn. This card just ramps you up. If you're going first and you're on 5 Dawn, she's going to get you on your even Dawn curve, so you can play cards like Crocodile or some of the later big bodies we're going to play earlier, as well as draw you a card. Not to mention, her Dawn -2 trigger effect is fantastic. It can actually be free with this deck, because she ramps 1 back herself, and your leader ramps the other 1 back. So she's basically just bring out a free 5K and draw a card sometimes. Fantastic card that is going to be a necessary 4-of staple. Now let's go over our first 2K. We have the searchable Mr. 13 and Miss Friday. Just honestly ran for the trigger effect, or not for the trigger effect, but for the Baroque Works archetype. Sorry about the glare there. Cannot help it, but anyways, this card is just a searchable 2K. You kind of need to run it just to be able to search out a 2K in the deck. But actually, it does have trigger, play this card for free. It's one of the only cards in the deck that can just play itself without Dom minusing 1. And that can actually be really good in one scenario. Say you're going second, you play this card, Miss Valentine, on your 2-Don turn, search something out, and then your opponent attacks you on their 3-Don turn. You see this one in trigger, you play it out, and it reads activate main. You can trash this character and one of your other Baroque Works type characters on the board, and it's going to give you an active Don. So basically, if you played Miss Valentine on 2, and you got this on your opponent's turn, now you're on 4 Don. You can activate this, put this and Miss Valentine back in the trash, which you really don't care about because this is a 1K and that's a 2K. You're never going to be really attacking with them. But that's going to get you to 5, and then you can play Miss All Sunday right after, get you to 6. So when you were at 4, now you're at 6, and when you should have been at 6, now the next turn you're on 8. It's actually a fantastic curve that I have done once or twice, which is actually really strong to use. And next up, let's just get into the rest of the blockers. First up, we have Queen. I think everybody knows this is the best purple blocker in the game. No questions asked, to be honest with you. I think this card would be a staple in any color. Just a draw 2 for Dom -1 and a 5/6 blocker is just way too good. So any purple deck is going to be running this. And our next and last blocker. This deck does not run too many blockers. It's going to be Uta. Uta, fantastic card in a lot of decks like Doflamingo. In those decks, the Don -1 isn't free, and this deck it is. You play this on 4 Don, and they can't get rid of it. This is blocking 2 things at once for free. That Don -1 does not neg you at all if you do not have any Don minus effects that turn. Fantastic card that could definitely save you in the later stages of the game as well. And next up, let's go over the rest of our 2Ks. We have Shiki. Shiki is just basically only being used for 2K. Again, I'm sorry about the glare, but he has Dom -1. You can play this card. But basically, that is just going to allow you to play Shiki down on turns where you wouldn't have had lethal because you don't have enough bodies to swing with, or it's going to give you early bodies against decks like Zora, which you need things on board to swing into it with. If you can play this early into Zoro off of life, it's actually really fantastic because that Dom -1 on play is going to give it to you for free. Anyways, next up we have Beige as our next and last 2K for our full set of 12. Beige, obviously amazing in yellow decks, and it is no different at all in this deck. A fantastic 2K counter that I think is just 100% necessary in almost every yellow deck at this point. If you get this trigger, it can win you games just more times than none. And with the amount of times this deck heals life with Crocodile and some of our other cards, you have a lot more chances to hit Beige. So it is just a no-brainer 2K that's going to be the better 2K over the other ones. And next up, let's go over our other big bodies. First up, we have Katakuri. Katakuri, 3 of. Just a great card. Removal, can heal, 8K body. This card just does way too much, and honestly, it is a basically a 4 of staple, 3 of 4 of staple in every single yellow deck. And this one is no different. It allows you to heal and it allows you to remove bodies. Just a no-brainer. I'm sure you all know how good Katakuri is by now. Let's move our Beige down here and look at our next big body. We have 3 of Yamato. Yamato, another fantastic big body in this deck. Another massive 9K body that's going to be really important for surviving later in the game, or getting rid of any small blockers that would be a little bit of an annoyance for us to clear board. Or if you both have a lot of life by the time you can play Yamato, which does happen, she can actually take out some really big bodies and get you a 9K body on the board at the same time. Another fantastic flexible card that is going to win you tons of games and definitely has won me tons of games because that card is absolutely fantastic. Healing for free should not be underestimated. And last but not least, let's just go over our events. First up, we have Narika Bura Arrow. Narika Bura Arrow is a one cost, minus 3k event, counter event to be exact. And it has the trigger, you can trash 2 cards and heal 1 card from the top of your deck. So you don't usually use that trigger too much. That is not what you're playing this for. You're playing this for the one cost event that gives you minus 3k, which is going to beat out those 7k swings perfectly for 1 Dawn. And the 1 Dawn matters. Some people say like, oh, why don't you run the 2 Dawn Hell's Judgment, because it gives 2 things minus 3k for 2. And only Dawn minus 1, which obviously works with the leader. Well, that's because a ton of times you just don't have the Dawn to do that. If I'm on 8 Dawn, I want to play Crocodile, right? If I'm on 9 Dawn, I want to play Yamato. You usually are not leaving 2 Dawn up. You just can't really afford to do it. So what's great is I can play this when I have no Dawn up and a Crocodile on board, because I can use Crocodile effect, bring 1 back, restood, and I could just use this for free, minus 3k. It is a fantastic card, and I think the 1-drop events are the way to go in this deck. I wouldn't get baited by stuff like Hell's Judgment if I were you. And last but not least is going to be Blast Breath as a 4-of. This card just, it's a no-brainer in this deck. It's a 1 for 4. It's basically a Rad Beam at all times. You do have to Dawn minus 1, but obviously the leader completely negates that. So this is just a 4-of Rad Beam, and you can think of it as such, and that is why we run it. But anyways, guys, this is going to be the full deck list that I used at my locals to honestly play very well, as you will see in the gameplay coming up here. We played against a lot of good players, and we got some really good matches in. So if you guys want, stay tuned, and I will be going over and commentating our 3 matches at our local this week right now. Alright guys, let's get into our first game here. We're going to be playing against a Law, a very good Law at that. This is a great player, and I think he got top 27th or 28th at the Pasadena in-person regional. Great player that plays a lot of Law, and I think this is going to be a great showcase of how Purple Yellow Crocodile can actually hang with these big decks. He doesn't get the best start, gonna be honest, but still, this was a really good match, really close match, and I think you can actually learn a lot from it. But anyway, we're getting started up here, and he's going to be going first. And since we have no removal, he's just going to go ahead and play Bonnie. And with that, I'm going to be like, okay, and play my 2-drop, Miss Valentine. Searching the top 5 for a Baroque type card. Looks like we only had Miss All Sunday there, so we're just going to take that. Unfortunately, we can't play it next turn, but that is going to be okay. He's going to swing 5. We're going to take it, no trigger. He'll play Dodon, grabbing Nami, and probably going to play that Nami down. Yep, and he's going to grab a Monkey D. Luffy, passing back to us on 4 Dawn. Knowing we're probably just playing Mr. 3 here, we're going to attach 1 to leader, swing 6. He is Law, so he'll take that. And we're going to play down Mr. 3, and he's going to read the card, as most of my opponents do when I play this card down. But as you'll see throughout this game, Mr. 3 actually gets a lot of value. Anyway, he's going to do Bonnie there and whiff. That was really big for us, and it definitely gave us a chance to win this game. But he's going to play the starter deck Nami, the one that attaches a Rested Dawn with its Activate Main effect. And deciding what to play here, doesn't look like he has a 1-drop to actually shambles this turn, so that's going to be good for us. He'll just play the Dawn, grabbing a Chopper, and go ahead and put 1 Dawn on leader and 1 rested, swing 7. We'll take that, already down to 2. So we're just going to go 2 at his Bonnie. He'll take that, knowing there's 3 swings incoming. There's no reason to protect it. So we'll go 5 to lead, taking that down to 2, as Law players usually do. Going to play Robin, ramping 1 up to 7 Dawn, and drawing 1. Lot of cards in hand now, as we have not countered out of any hits, and we have taken 2 life. Back onto him. He's going to go 3 with the Dawn at our Miss Valentine. We'll go ahead and take that, as there's really no reason to protect it at this point. And he'll just play Luffy and swing 6. We will go ahead and think about tapping 1, but I think I thought he swung 7, so I'm just going to give him a 2K. And it's going to be an easy counter. He'll play Restand Law, restanding his Luffy and going 6 once again. This time we are going to use Mr. 3's effect, bring him down to 5, and making it easy to give him a 1K, because I'm not sure if we had a 2K in hand there. And then he'll go 6 with lead, and we'll use Nakibara Arrow and give his leader -3. Still staying at 2 life with actually a decent amount of cards in hand this turn. We are at 9 Dawn, so we can play any of our 8 drops this turn, or a Yamato if we have one, but I don't know if we do. We're just going to go 5 at leader, as we don't really have anything else to swing at. He'll give us a 1K. And we're thinking about swinging with Mr. 3 here, but we're just going to go ahead and swing 6 at Luffy. And he'll give us a 2K, probably meaning he has no 1Ks what he's willing to get rid of. And then we'll play 8-drop Crocodile, healing 1 to 3 life. No Dawn up, but you need to remember 8-drop Crocodile means there is always 1 Dawn up. So, very strong card. He's going to swing 5 at Miss All Sunday. We'll just go ahead and use Mr. 3 effect, bring it down to 4. And he'll go 5 at Miss All Sunday again. We're going to use Crocodile effect to just see what we can get. Getting rid of that Robin that we definitely don't need this turn. And thinking about getting a 1K here, we will. Just so he has to swing more. And obviously we are not going to counter out the 7. That is what we wanted. Now with only really Luffy to swing this turn, if he doesn't have a restand, he's going to go 8. We're going to take that. Pretty easy take. And he'll go ahead and bring back his Restand Law, bring back a Chopper, and trashing Nami, playing out a Gang Beige. 2 blockers on board, going to make it really tough to take out his Luffy. But we're going to go 4 at his Curly. He's thinking about 2K'ing here, but decides it's not worth it, as we have a lot more swings. We'll go 5 at lead, and he'll give us that 2K there, and we'll go 9 at Luffy, and just going to give us that easy block. But we're going to go ahead and play Akos Katakuri and bottom deck it anyway. Really strong card there, and that is why I love running it. Starving Law out of attackers is the way to win this matchup. He's going to play Zoro and swing 7. We'll use Crocodile effect, getting rid of another Missile Sunday, and end up taking that hit. Now down to 1. He'll go 7 again. This time we're going to go a 1K and a 2K. And he's going to play that Beige again, and restand his Zoro, going 7 again. And we'll just give him an easy Blast Breath, and he passes back to us with 1 Dawn up. Yamato would be a fantastic card here, if I'm being honest, but it doesn't look like we have one. So we're just going to go ahead and go the board clear strategy. We're going to go 5 at Zoro. Only 2 cards in his hand, and he's actually going to give us that Brook. Very interesting. So we're going to go 1 on Mr. 3 and go 5. Looks like we have 8 Dawn up, and we are probably going to end up playing another Crocodile so we don't die next turn. He's going to take the 8 and the 9, and we'll just pay 8 like I was saying, and heal back to 2. Now 2 Crocodiles on the board, a lot of cycles to be had. So if I ever have a bricked hand, these guys can kind of ensure that I don't. We'll go down in Dawn a bit if we use too many Dawn minus effects, but it is usually still worth it, especially when we have lethal in the next coming turns. Anyways, he's going to play Nami for 1, search top 5, and he tries to grab a Law, and I'm like, he can't grab that, and he's going to grab a Rush Zoro. Just a little brain fart there, no big deal. Now, putting out his Dawn, probably thinking about going for lethal here, as he might be dead next turn if he doesn't play out any more blockers. But he's going to go ahead and go 7 at my leader. We're going to go ahead and use Mr. 3 effect, bring it down to 6, and give him a 2K. Mr. 3 getting us tons of value this turn. He'll swing 7 with leader, and we'll go ahead and take that. And he'll bring his restand back, bringing Zoro out. Putting 1 Dawn on, and looks like he's thinking about whether he should swing here, as we do have 1 Dawn up. It makes it a bit awkward to swing, as if I just have an event, I could kind of just counter out for free. But he's going to go 9. We'll go ahead and take that. As we know, we can probably survive next turn. He doesn't have a lot of big bodies on board to go at me with, and with a lot of cards in hand, it's going to be really tough to beat me, especially if I can heal this turn. We're going to go 5 at Zoro. And with not a lot of cards in hand, he's actually just going to give us the 1k Brook. We'll go 8. And he doesn't give us the blocker and fear that I might be going for lethal. We're going to go 9 lead, and he'll take that. We're playing 9 and play Yamato, KOing his Chopper. Now looking back at the footage, I realized we were at 0 life combined, so I should not have been able to kill that Chopper there. I don't know if it mattered in the long run. I don't think it did, but I should have actually played Yamato before I swung with my Crocodile, and it would have been basically the same play. But he's going to go 5 at lead. We're going to use Crocodile Effect and just give him a 1k. He will play Luffy, swinging 7. We'll give him a 2 and a 1, and he knows at this point in time there is no way to win. So that is going to be the game. Hopping into game 2 here, we have another Law matchup. A lot of variety here at the locals. Definitely a lot of good players that are trying to win and play these decks a lot. This player in particular is a fantastic player, and as you can see, he has a regional mat that he earned in the Pasadena Regional as well, I think. I think he got 27th. Him and the other player actually got 2 places next to each other, both getting top 32. And both on Law, very great players, and we are getting put through the gauntlet today. 2 fantastic players, and honestly not a great matchup. But let's see if we can come out victorious for a second game in a row. This game, I think he's going to be going first. Oh, no, I'm going to be going first this game. A little bit different than last game. I'm going to just pass on 1 Dawn as there are no 1 Dawn plays to go. He's going to go on his turn Beige and Otama. So instantly this tells me, okay, you don't have searchers and it's going to be really hard for you to get off shambles. So I am not going to attack him here. There is no reason to attack him. So I'm just going to play the 2-drop and search an 8-drop out. Because if I can starve him here, yeah, he's going to go 2 on leader. Yeah, he does not have anything to play out. And we're just going to take that and not play anything. 2 Dawn up, I'm probably thinking he has a Red Hawk here. So I'm not going to attack. Not that I was going to anyway. He only has 2 cards on board at the moment. But we're going to play a Miss All Sunday. Just draw 1, ramp 1 on curve. The best card on the 5 Dawn turn, and he'll go 6. We'll just give him a quick 2k, and he'll play the 5-drop Law out, bringing back Otama for a Robin. So now he's got a decent amount of cards on board. I know he can 100% shambles next turn, so I'm pretty sure we are definitely going to just go ahead and attack this turn. Looking at the cards, deciding what to play. I don't think I really had a great play this turn. I'm currently on. I'm currently on 8 Dawn, I think. I'm going to go swing 6 and swing another 6. And with 5 more Dawn, we're going to play Miss All Sunday once again, leaving 1 Dawn up. No big bodies. I think we just drew into that Crocodile. I don't think I wanted to play the 8-drop Crocodile as there wasn't really a reason to at 3 life. No need to rush. I want to get the 10 Dawn first before I end up playing 8-drop and going down 2, because negging 2 at 10 max doesn't really matter. Anyways, he's going to play the Otama on my Robin and swing with his Robin, KOing it and swinging at my other rested Robin. I'm going to give him a 1k for that 5k swing. He'll put 2 on that he attached with his Brook that he played, and I will definitely be taking that. Put 1 Dawn on Law, and he'll swing 7. We'll give him a Blast Breath. Honestly, maybe should have took that one there, but I don't know if there's a right answer in that scenario. But he's going to go ahead and shambles out for Hawkins this turn. Definitely a very scary card. We don't have a lot of blockers, so it's actually not as scary as you'd think. But it can definitely get a bit annoying, especially when we play out our big bodies. He can actually make it really easy to take them out, especially if he has Otama in hand. But we're going to go ahead and play Yamato, and since our life is 5 combined, we're just going to go ahead and KO his blocker Law, which is actually really good for us. And as I was saying prior in the deck list, a fantastic thing that Yamato can do when you and your opponent are at a decent amount of life. Now back on him. He's going to play Bonnie and Search. He is definitely doing the Law train now. Going to grab Restand Law and reorganize the cards to put them at the bottom. Now deciding how to play out the remainder of his turn. He is going to go ahead and play. He's going to go ahead and put 1 on Robin, just KO the Missile, or sorry, not Missile Sunday, Miss Valentine, and we're going to go ahead and 1K out of that. Got to do these 1Ks while we can, because he's going to start swinging big with Restand Laws like he grabbed earlier, and those are the ones that we would rather not have to counter out of, so he's actually going to go -2 to our Yamato with Otama, probably just the only 1-drop he can play because he's not getting rid of it this turn. But he will go 6 to lead, we'll give him a 2K, and he'll go 7. We will take that big Miss All Sunday trigger here, getting back both Dawn with leader effect and Miss All Sunday, and drawing 1. Absolutely fantastic trigger. And as I was saying, is completely free in this deck. And he'll go ahead and use Restand Law and swing 7 again, going real aggro, but we'll go ahead and give him another Blast Breath, going up to 9. Now passing to us. Probably going to end up playing an 8-drop Croc this turn if I had to guess. We're going to go ahead and go 5 at the Bonnie. He's going to have to give us that. We'll go 6 at the Robin. He does have 2 Dawn up, so if he has a guard point, he could have gave it to us, but he doesn't decide to, as we still have the Yamato swing and would probably rather save the Hawkins. And he's going to go ahead and give me a Rad Beam and 1K out of that 10K swing, and we will follow it up with an 8-drop Crocodile play. Healing back up to 3. Now, Law with 2 decent bodies on board that can definitely deal with my Yamato if he plays down an Otama. The Hawkins specifically, and speaking of Otama, he's going to go double Otama, bringing Yamato down to 5 this turn. There is absolutely no chance that card survives. 100% going down this turn. He's going to go 7 at it. And I'm going to use Crocodile Effect, just see what I can get. Thinking what to trash here. I kind of want to get rid of this Katakuri, but I know that it would probably be good next turn. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of the 8-drop Crocodile instead and let him have the Yamato after that 7K swing. But now, with 8 Dawn remaining, can definitely attach a ton of Dawn here and then get a great Shambles off. Especially if he has a Restand Law or a Blocker Law is always going to be good. But he's just going to go 7 at Robin. There's another Hawkins swing coming, so there's no reason to counter out of that. And he's going to go ahead and restand. Now at 3 life, he's going to have to start swinging at my leader. He'll use the Hawkins, go 7 again, and we'll get no trigger there. And thinking about putting 3 on his Restand Law here, he's going to go ahead and do that, and we will go down to 1. Taking back the Otama with leader effect, he's going to restand, go 9 again, and we are at 0. Law, no blockers up, but he does not have... he only has 2 life, and we only have 2 attackers, so we can definitely not take him out this turn. Now, thinking about how to play this turn, it's a bit tricky, but we definitely have to go for board. Just trying to figure out how I want to allocate my Dawn right now, because there is not a lot of great options. We're going to go 9 at Hawkins, see what he gives us. He already gave us the Rad Beam, so if he has a guard point with those 2 Dawn up, he's going to have to give us 2 cards out of the 3 cards in hand, and he decides it's probably not worth it, as I'm just going to swing 6 again. And we'll play Yamato, heal 1, and KO the Brook. And we'll just go 5 lead, and he will end up taking that. Now with 1 life left, and 2 Dawn up pretty much after Crocodile Effect. And he has 2 6K bodies and leader on board to go at me this turn. This turn is actually a really scary turn, and there's definitely a lot of ways he can go south. He's going to go 7 at lead. I'm going to use Crocodile Effect, getting rid of that Katakuri, and we'll just give him a 1K and a 2K. Saving those events for when he tries to swing big, because we want the most optimal counters we can. He's going to actually bet that he can't finish me this turn. Or at least he's going to try to play it as safe as possible and go Bonnie searching the Rush Zoro. So the Rush Zoro is going to give him another swing this turn. So if the leader and Law weren't enough to take me out, the Zoro could possibly do it. But with 2 Dawn up, it is very, very risky to go for it, as I could easily have 2 Blast Breaths in hand, getting rid of any big swing you could come at me with. And he did see me trash the Katakuri earlier, so he probably thinks my hand isn't too bricked. But he's going to go 7, and there it is. We're going to go the Blast Breath, going up to 9. Now with leader swing and a possible Zoro swing remaining, going to be pretty difficult to finish me if I do have an event in hand. Spoilers, I actually didn't have an event in hand right now, but when I grabbed my life, that last life was a Blast Breath, so I would have had enough to counter out. But he's going to go ahead and go 5, just test the waters. We're going to give him the 1. He'll go Otama onto my Crocodile, knowing he can't finish me this turn. And he's going to take back his Restand Law, probably because he wants to go for game with it on the next turn. And my Crocodile is now at 7k, and he has Zoro to swing at it, so he'll have to attach at least 2 to get rid of it. And he's going to go 7k, and we're going to give him an easy 1k. Now, Law with no blockers up and 1 Dawn up, and we have 2 9Ks and leader on board. There's really no way to live this turn, so I'm going to swing 9. See what he's got. He's going to take it, and at that point, it's all on Croc, and that is GG's for a 19k swing. Looking at my hand, and not a lot of great counter in there. He might have been able to go for game last turn. And getting into the finals of our locals. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Purple Yellow Crocodile made it to my local finals. And who else to play against except another Crocodile? We are going to go against my buddy Blue Crocodile. He's been meaning to get revenge on the channel ever since I posted me beating him on Nami, but as of lately, as you can see by his mat and his everything, he is a Croc one trick now. He loves this deck, and it is a fantastic deck. And spoilers, it is a really bad matchup for Purple Yellow Crocodile, if I'm being honest. As long as he finds red rocks. He's going to get his going first curve. He'll swing 5, and we're going to go ahead and use the Shiki trigger. Knowing that I actually don't have a lot of cards to play early, I'm going to go 5 lead. He's going to take it. And 3,000 Worlds my Shiki. I was actually going to attach all 4 Dawn to Shiki. I should have just swung with Shiki first. I got massively punished. I'm going to pass with 4 Dawn active. I have no cards to play. I think I had a hand of like all 2Ks and big bodies. So a very, very bad start for his amazing start with Sentomaru is not looking good for your boy. But he's going to use Sentomaru effect, of course, and pull out a 6k Pacifista, getting the best start possible. As we are sitting on the other side with 4 Dawn open, he'll go 5 lead, and we'll give him Queen because we know the Mihawks and such are going to give us a lot harder swings to counter out of later in the game. But we'll go 5, and he'll give us a 2k, and we'll just go ahead and play Missile Sunday. Good card to play right now, but if he has what he wants, this Missile Sunday is not lasting a turn. And judging by that 5k and 6k swing that we take, and Soga King is going to send All Sunday back to hand. Stark difference in the boards right now. Definitely a rough game state. He's at 4 life, I'm at 2 life, and we're just going to go ahead and go 8 his Pacifista. He'll give that to us. And we're going to play the same Missile Sunday out, ramping to 10 and drawing 1. And now he's going to use Sentomaru effect, probably pulling out another 6k. Yep, pulling out another 6k, making this board absolutely menacing. And he's kind of chuckling to himself, saying how good his hand is, so I know 100% he's got the red rocks, and he's going to go ahead and swing 5 and 7. We will counter out of those perfectly with the arrow and the 1k, and we're going to go ahead and take another 7k swing from Soga King, and I'm trying to bottom deck Robin, but that 4 Dawn was not 3,000 Worlds, it was just Akuma, which is arguably worse. We're going to go 5 lead. He's going to get the Mihawk off of life there. Gonna go another 5 lead. And we're gonna go ahead and play Yamato, KOing his Pacifista. Not wanting to KO the Kuma blocker, as if we did that, it's probably just gonna come out with another Pacifista. Croc number 2 now on Tendon. Best play here, probably going to be a Red Rock. He'll go 5 at Robin, I'll give him a 1k. Go 6 at Robin, I'll give him a 2k. And he'll go another 5 at Robin. Give him another 2k, as I know he's going to remove Yamato this turn. Doing all I can to just leave a character on the board for a turn. But against this deck, it is nigh impossible. And he's going to go ahead and play a Miss All Sunday. So just in case he didn't draw another Red Rock, he can just grab it again for free. And knowing that, I really don't want to play another big body this turn. It would just be counterproductive. Just playing it for it to get Red Rocked again and for him to swing at me 5 times would be really bad. So I'm going to go ahead and go 5 at leader. Or at Centomaro, actually. He's going to block and bring out a Pacifista with the blocker. And he's going to go ahead and block my next 5k swing, bring out Red Rock. Not wanting that Red Rock to land with anything meaningful, I'm going to play a Robin and a Mr. 4. Decent board this turn, but Crocodile is going to have no problem removing it. Going to go Mihawk, swing 5, take out Robin, swing 6. We're going to have the 2k out of that, swing another 6. We will do the Shiki trigger, and he's going to go another 5, and we'll have to counter out of that. Somehow feeling more aggro than a Law deck or a red deck in my experience against Zoro, but we're going to go ahead and put 1 on Shiki. Go for it, Centomaru, finally taking it out, but it got its value. And he's going to get another trigger, bringing Miss All Sunday back to hand with the Tatsumaki trigger. Fantastic game for me. And we're going to play a Drop Croc, and he's going to go on his turn, swinging 5. The speed at which he does this is 100% telling me a 10-cost Kaido is coming. So, for that reason, I basically know this game's over. We're going to have to take the Mihawk swing. Oh, getting a character on board, though. We're going to get the Miss Valentine, picking up another Miss Valentine. A lot of people don't know you can do that. One of the only searchers that can search itself, and obviously there is the 10-drop Kaido. Boom, boom. This game is over. I'm going to be honest with you guys. There is nothing that can bring me back in this game right now. He has the Red Rock in hand. We know he has the Red Rock in hand. If I play a big body like Crocodile, I can't even use the effect because he's going to take it out before it can even do anything. So at this point, I'm just going to struggle until I collapse. But we're going to play the Crocodile knowing I have to heal if I have any way to live next turn because he has a lot of big swings. And yeah, there's the Red Rock. Not much to talk about. He's going to go 7. We'll give him a 2 and 1. He'll go 7. We'll take. He'll go 7. We'll have to take. And he'll go 9. That is the game. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching this video. This video took me a decent amount of time to make as there was a lot of gameplay and other stuff that I had to go through. But I hope you enjoyed my first locals with Purple Yellow Crocodile, and honestly, thank you guys for voting for this leader and opening my eyes to the amazing leader of Purple Yellow Crocodile. I had a ton of fun with this leader, and he completely surprised me. This leader is actually fantastic, and he has a lot of good matchups into a lot of great decks. I have not lost many games against Zoro with this deck. I don't know how, I could not tell you, but it might have a good matchup. I'm not going to say that for sure, but it is a possibility. This is an amazing deck, and if you guys want to try it, obviously I have provided the deck list at the start, so please go to your locals and have Purple Yellow Croc reign supreme. But anyways, guys, this week, I don't know if you've seen it yet, but we have another pull up in our community posts. It is going to be another 4 leaders up for our locals next week. I think Wraith is going to be piloting and making the video on that next week. And from the looks of it, it's going to be Vivi. So all of you Vivi enjoyers, we've got some spice. We've got it ready. If Vivi wins this poll, there is going to be some waves made at locals next week with the Vivi Nation. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. You guys have a great day. Please like and subscribe. We are dropping daily videos. But anyway, you guys have a great day. Peace.